G'day guys, Adam Grokey from Sherlok. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm really excited to announce the first iteration or release of our email template editor. So what we're focusing on over the next few weeks is actually giving brokers more control of Sherlok because that's what you've been asking for. And the first of that release is the email template editor. So you can control what's in the email templates that are being sent out to your clients. What we are bringing on later on is that you'll actually be able to preview and do live edits of those every time you're going to send it to the client. So that's coming. That's still a few weeks away, but right now you can control the global templates, which is exciting. I'm just going to give you a quick demo of that. So what you'll find is when you log into the portal, you come up to your profile and to the control panel. This will be released tomorrow on the 26th. So when you click on the control panel, you'll see that you've got another tab here called client notifications. So if you click on client notifications, you'll see that there is the templates that you can select. So these are each of the templated emails that will go out. So if there's a successful reprice and the rate has been lowered with no refinance comparison. So remember, if there isn't a savings of greater than $1,000 for that customer, we won't put the refinance comparisons in there. If there's been a successful reprice and the savings to your client is more than $1,000 a year if they refinance, then they'll get the refinance comparisons. And then there's also a declined reprice with the refinance comparisons as well. Remembering if the reprice has been declined, and generally speaking, a lot of reprices being declined if they're simplicity loans or basic loans, because the lenders aren't repricing them. We're trying to encourage the lenders to change their pricing model around basic loans and simplicity loans. So it's good that we process those to get that decline. But if there's a decline and it's not worth that client refinancing, so there's not a savings of $1,000 per year for them to refinance, they won't get any communication at all. So they won't even know that there's been a declined repricing. So just remember that as well. So all you do to edit your email template is you click on that, click open, and here's the email template editor. So what you can see is you've got your logo up here. This will be the logo that's loaded in as your brokerage logo. So you can disable that if you don't want it at the top, or you can enable that. And what we've got in here is we've actually got the hard coded. So try not to change the hard coding, or please don't change the hard coding unless you don't want your name in there or the customer name. Because if you delete this hard code out, which you can, you've got the functionality to do that, it won't put the customer name in there. So to edit this, we've given you three options. You can go with the default, which is what we've got. You can put your custom in there. So if you've got a certain way that you address customers, you can put your custom message in here. So for example, you can say, hello, customer first name, and then you can put in a nice little other message if that's what you do. I hope you have been well. And then if that's the way you want to introduce every single email, then what this will do is this will be set then as the custom message for this block of text here. If at any time you want to go back to the default, you can actually click on default and it will just automatically change it back to what our default is. And if you click back on custom, it'll have your custom message there as well. So it will retain the information you put in there. Now, remember that you're changing the global template here. So don't put in any personal information in terms of don't put in hello, Jim, because then every single email will go out saying hello, Jim, even if the client's not Jim. You can actually disable this. So if you click disable, it'll go gray, and that means that this block of text will not be sent out. So this is how you edit every single one of these fields. So you can either keep it as the default, or you can actually change it to custom and make your way through the whole template and change this as you want to. What we do have down the bottom as well is we've actually got essentially a little signature that we've built, which has got your broker first name, broker last name, broker mobile, broker email, and then we've got your broker logo, which will be inserted as well. So to save these changes, you just click save and close. But what you can do is you actually send yourself a test email. So if you click send me a test email, you can see that it said that the email has been sent. And if I just go into that email address, what I'll do is I'll actually grab that right now, and you can actually test it. So we'll send it to whatever email address is the email address you've got as a broker that's been input, and you will get this email here. bear with me for a second as I open it. You'll get this email here that says, which is exactly in the format that you will see. So you can see here, it says, I hope you have been well. It's actually put that text in here, which was the custom text. Okay, it does put in some data here, which is demo data. So you'll notice that it's just pulled a random client's name called Andrew, and it's put it's put a lender in here, and it's put in random information for the interest rates. This is just so you can see exactly how that looks. You can see this is the signature here, so it's got the information and your logo at the bottom. So that gives you full customized ability on the way that you can edit the email templates. If you want to cancel it, you click cancel, but if you want to save and close, again, just come down the bottom, click save and close, and then you can actually come back and edit your other email. Now, the email that we're seeing most people want to edit is the one with the refinance comparisons. So I'll just show you the refinance comparisons. Again, exactly the same functionality. You can change any of this text. So you can change as much as you want. If there's blocks that you don't want, again, you can disable those, which is really cool. Now, this is first iteration of our email template editor. We are going to get better and better and better and build the functionality out, but we just wanted to push something out to you guys quickly so that you can actually start customizing these emails. Now, one thing to be aware of is that when it comes down to these blocks, now this is hard coded, so you can't delete this section, because what this does is this puts in the refinance comparisons that matches your customer's loan profile. You can take out the lender logo if you wanted, which will mean that they're not getting information around the lender logo. However, you can leave the logo in if you want, but you can't delete this whole block of text. What we are building out though is you can change between this option, or you can just say rates from, variable rates from, or fixed rates from. So we are going to build that, and that should be released next week. Again, same signature down the bottom, and if you wanted to test it, you go send me a text and also click save and close if you wanted to save that. You should get the email within about 30 seconds in your inbox, so then you can review it and make sure you're happy with it. So remembering that is the global template, so every time that you approve in your refinance comparisons here, so we've changed the terminology here, so you've got a queue for everything that will be receiving a refinance comparison. Every time you click the approve button, it'll run the comparison automatically and send out your chosen template or your updated template, your approved template. So just be aware of that. A couple other quick functionalities that we've put in place. We're giving you the ability to pause Sherlok. So if you go on holidays, you can actually pause it. So it says here, pause the reprice refinance process. You can click yes, and that will pause the system. So the system will do nothing. Make sure that when you come back, you turn it back on. And we've actually put here as well, because some brokers were requesting it, rather than BCC the broker on communication, you can select CC, or you can just put do not include the broker on any client communication. So we're going to build out more and more functionality in this. We will make this look a little bit more user-friendly as well. Make sure that any changes to here, what you need to do is click update, because then that will save the changes. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have got any feedback, again, this is a system that we want to have built for brokers by brokers. So make sure that you give us as much feedback as possible, and then we'll prioritize that and get that built. Thank you very much.